I'm a freaking mess right now. Haven't showered, but it doesn't matter because there's a lot to talk about. E3's in full swing, and right now I'm just going to talk about the Xbox conference, the briefing that they had. I have a lot of notes here on Avengers paper, and I'm going to go through some of them. So let's just dive right into it. So they started off the show with the Xbox One X. Looks pretty cool. The design's pretty much looks a lot like the Xbox One S, but it's smaller apparently. They didn't have it physically, which makes me mad because I would have liked to physically see it rather than just like a rendered or photograph, whatever it is. But I would like to physically see the actual device. But whatever. Wrote here good but great, not great design. It's cool. They talked a lot about power, a lot about how it's the most powerful console ever made. It's going to be the most powerful console. It's also the latest console, so it's not super fair, but whatever. So it's going to be the most powerful console, but does that equal fun? You know, I don't know. Does it matter if it's more powerful? Does it matter that much? The games look a little bit nicer. To me, not really. I mean, it's cool, especially if you have 4K TV and HDR and all that nonsense. Then that's great. You get a lot of high quality images out of your games. But I mean, if you're really interested in power, I feel like you'd be playing PC anyway, right? Am I crazy? I don't know. Price point, $499. That's not bad actually. Now, like I just said, for $500 you could make a better PC than what this console is going to be. But for people who like consoles and want the power, power of a lower to mid grade PC, then you can just buy this, and it's kind of like that. Although obviously it's not going to have as many games as PC will, and you have a lot of disadvantages going with the console. Now I'm a console person. I really don't play PC at all. So this is me saying it, but you are at a disadvantage playing on a console, honestly. I just don't like the whole act of playing on PC. I don't like not having physical games and all that other stuff. So anyway, I don't know. Does it really matter that much? I mean, until there's a game where I have to have an Xbox One X, I'm probably not going to buy one. I'm going to be fine playing my Xbox One and spending that $500 towards games rather than a new system that just gives me a graphical improvement on other games. So whatever, there's that. It is cool though. I like this little slogan they threw in. I don't know if it's going to be the official slogan, but I like the little slogan that was nothing greater than the power of X. That's cool. I like weird little branding, things like that. But anyway, I'll probably upgrade eventually, but definitely not right away. I'm fine. I have the original Xbox One. It still seems to be working fine, so I'm fine with it. Games still look good on it. I don't have a 4K TV anyway. Not that you need one, they say. It'll still look better on your 1080p TV. Yeah, but it won't be $500 better. So until that day comes, it's neat, it's interesting, but I really have no interest in buying one right away. But anyway, after that, they talked about Forza 7. It's an exclusive game. They said there's going to be a lot of exclusives, 20 in fact. So this is Forza 7 is an exclusive game. It's cool they debuted a real Porsche. Very neat. Debuting a real car through video game means. It was cool, like weather dynamics and stuff. But it's racing, so who really cares? On to Metro Exodus. I never played the Metro games that I had. It's very cool though. The monster design is really cool. Looks a little bit too scary for my taste because I'm a little baby. And I don't really like horror games, so even though it's not a horror game, it just looked a little scary. And but anyway, awesome visuals, cool weapons, looked like a cool atmosphere. So I might check it out, but again, looked a little too creepy for me. Assassin's Creed Origins. Wow, I can't speak. Assassin's Creed Origins. That's a shitty name. That's a real bad name. Almost don't want to buy it because of how terrible that name is. But moving on. It looks pretty samey to me, honestly. I mean, a lot of people are... I mean, it's very cool that it's in the Egyptian setting. I do like that aspect of it. That's very unique and different. But, super looks like Assassin's Creed. Don't really care that much. The inventory system looks boring. So it just looks the same, honestly. It's not my thing. I've liked a few of the Assassin's Creed games. I played a little bit of Black Flag, which was fun. I just never got that into it. And the abilities are weird. Using like the bird to see, like as your eyes, basically like using him as a drone, and then being able to control the arrow once you shoot it. I mean, if you put it in Egypt, why make it like abilities that you would have like in a future game? I know technically Assassin's Creed takes place in the future, but you know what I mean. Like, you might as well just replace the bird with a drone, replace the arrow with like a magic bullet. There you go. Very odd. Shut the fuck up about Mixer. I don't care. Please stop talking about Mixer. Moving on, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Apparently that's been on PC for a while. Apparently a lot of people like it. This is again a console exclusive. It looks kind of bad to me, but apparently it's fun. But I thought the trailer looked pretty bad. But if it's cheap, I might buy it. I just need to see more of it. So not really enough to go off of from my point of view yet. Deep Rock Galactic, another exclusive. Console exclusive. By the way, these are all console exclusives. They're not exclusive to the system because apparently they don't want to do that. Great design and art style. Really like that. It looks like simple and cartoony fun. And I like that sort of thing. I like the whole spelunking in caves too. So that's pretty neat. Simple game, looks neat. I like the style, so that's pretty much it. Side note, what did I write here? Another exclusive game. Oh yeah. So right after Deep Rock Galactic, they said exclusive, and then this one guy, all you hear is him faintly in the background go, "Yeah, another one." I thought that was really funny. Anyway, moving on. State of Decay 2, exclusive, obviously. Another zombie game. I'm done with zombies. I do like the aspects of picking a building to like set up shop and making it your home and adding onto it and make it, like your own kind of feel. The design is pretty uninspired though. Looks pretty much like any freaking game in the world. Terrible voice acting. It was some of the worst I've heard recently. So very bad voice acting on their part. I might check it out. I don't know, but I'm kind of over zombie stuff. Maybe if it's cheap and I get a couple friends together to play it, that could be fun. The Darwin Project exclusive. Yeah, there are a lot of exclusives. But yeah, the game looks interesting. I need to see a lot more, but it could be fun if the characters are balanced and stuff like that. But yeah, basically seems like Battle Royale or Hunger Games. You'll start off and then like last person standing wins. It could be good, but I have to play it for myself. I'm mildly interested. That's what I wrote here. Mildly interested. Not excited about it really, but I don't think it looks bad either. Just kind of maybe. I don't know. Minecraft updates. They moved on to Minecraft updates. They used a Justice song, by the way, as a side note in the updates video, which was kind of cool. I like Justice. I don't know if you're familiar with that group, but you should be. Pretty good. They're uniting mobile, PC, VR, and consoles all together, so you can play all together, which is super cool. And also means that they're allowing custom maps, skins, servers to everything. To consoles, to mobile, to VR, and PC has obviously had that the whole time. So, they also did a 4K update for fucking Minecraft. Which is what I said at first. I went, 4K for Minecraft? Who cares? And then I saw it, and it's the super duper graphics pack, and holy shit, it looks pretty amazing. It's like if you look at any of those texture packs that kind of adds like super dynamic lighting to Minecraft. It's essentially that, but it's like a full update for it. So very cool. I don't know if it's mandatory or if you can just like choose to turn it on and off, but it's a super cool update. So I really thought that was pretty neat. I do still play Minecraft from time to time, so that's cool. All right, moving on. Dragon Ball Fighter Z, visually incredible. It looks exactly like the cartoon, the anime, whatever. Looks exactly like it. Very cool. I'm really bad at tournament fighters like that. The only one I'm kind of good at is Mortal Kombat, and even then I'm really not that good at that at all. But I'd be down to give it a try. I'm not going to pay like full price for it, but it looks very over the top, which I like, so I might check it out. Black Desert, an exclusive again. Cool fantasy world. Fast-paced combat that looks pretty great, honestly. It almost reminds me of Ninja Gaiden on Xbox 360 and PS3, like the newer Ninja Gaidens that are just super fast, slashing away. It's pretty cool, with the melee combat portion of it, of course. It's an MMORPG that has cool monsters, especially the tree monster I thought was really neat. Although it does look a tad generic. Looks a little bit like a lot of MMORPGs that you've probably seen before, but it is cool. It's on a console and it's exclusive and all that. The Last Night, another exclusive. Now this is one of the best things they've showed, in my opinion. It's one of the best things they showed. So, incredible style, mixing 8-bit with high-quality landscapes and like fully 3D rendered worlds, but it's all 8-bit characters and vehicles and stuff like that. Very neat. Very Fifth Element, Blade Runner. Looks a lot like that. Very like dystopian future sort of thing. I'm interested in it for the art style alone, honestly, and I'm definitely going to get it when it comes out. Just the art style totally sold me on the game. I think it looks incredible. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out. The Last Night. It has nothing to do with Transformers. And it's not spelled that way. It's The Last Night, like day and night. Anyway, The Artful Escape, another exclusive. Again, it mixes 2D characters with 3D environments. Very beautiful game. I don't know what kind of game it is. Is it a rhythm game? I have no idea. The guy's playing guitar the whole time, jumping on weird floaty blocks. I don't know. Interesting though. I'm intrigued, but not as much as I am with The Last Night at all. So it's cool. But if it's a rhythm game, then I'm all in. I love rhythm games. So, and I also love that under the game logo it said "coming when it's damn ready." That's always nice to see, but they're honest and not gonna promise a date that it never happens. Code Vein was the next thing they showed. Looks like a solid RPG. Doesn't look all that unique though. Might be good. Just personally not excited. I'm not a huge RPG guy. I mean, I like action RPGs better, which I think this is what that is. But it just looked like any RPG, honestly. Okay, most anticipated game of Xbox for sure, possibly of the year, but actually Mario Odyssey might be of the year if that is coming out this year. Still don't know. Sea of Thieves. Sea of Thieves is an exclusive to Xbox One. Fully realized underwater environments was something that they showed, which I didn't really know of yet, so that's pretty cool. Been excited for this game since last year when they showed it at E3. But great cartoony style. I mean, it's awesome. I love how it's a shared world with a bunch of players at the same time. I love pirate stuff, so I'm in on that. The sea looks great, as it should, with the being a pirate game. The combat looks great. Looks almost like a DreamWorks movie. It really does. The style is so just cartoony and awesome. Really cool to see Rare do something good again. And you get to search through caves for resources, meet people, making them part of your crew, treasure hunting, jumping from boat to boat, attacking other ships. Like that's not taking itself too seriously. It's always a nice thing to see because some games just take themselves way too seriously and it's just not fun. Tacoma, an exclusive, doesn't show much at all. It's like space. There's featureless avatars that you play as. They're just like walking, no-face creatures. Looks odd, and I'd have to see more to say anything. But anyway, another exclusive. Super Lucky's Tale, another exclusive, console exclusive. Lucky's Tale was on Oculus as a VR game, so it's kind of weird, but whatever. Super Lucky's Tale is coming out. Looks like a great platformer, honestly. Genuinely looks good. It's very cute, which is nice. I'm glad to see that it has games that aren't just the Xboxy audience. It's aimed towards a younger crowd, which is cool to see at least one or two games that are like that. Because there's enough, cutting everybody's heads off, honestly. But anyway, it looks pretty fun. Depending on the price, I'll check it out. So, I guess that's with anything, though. I mean, if a game was like, oh, I want to play that game, it's like $200, I'm not going to play it. So, depending on the price, I'll check it out. Cuphead, exclusive. Yeah, there's a lot of exclusives, honestly. Good on Xbox to finally listen to people and go, okay, I guess we need more console exclusives because PS4 has way more than we do. So, anyway, this game looks incredible. I mean, honestly, I'm definitely getting it regardless. Even if it's bad, I'm getting it for the art style alone. Don't care. A tie for most anticipated with Sea of Thieves, and also The Last Night is pretty great. But yeah, this art style is just, I mean, it honestly is. Yeah, it's the best art style I've ever seen for any game. It looks exactly like an old cartoon. Exactly, just spot on. So I'm super excited. I cannot wait. Crackdown 3 is what they said after that. An exclusive again. Starring Terry Crews, which is kind of funny. I like Terry Crews. He's fine. Playful attitude, not taking itself too seriously, which is great. Doesn't have an amazing style. I don't really love the style. Looks kind of like whatever. I never played a Crackdown game, but it does look kind of interesting. Makes me want to kind of go buy the other games in the series more than this one in a weird way. It makes me want to go back. So just really not digging the look. I like the jumping around and craziness of it though. But yeah, the visual look of it did not appeal to me really much at all. Then they had like a random game reel. They showed a bunch of new games, a bunch of quick little mini spots. Some cool stuff in there, like Osiris and Raiders look pretty cool. And then Conan Exiles looks kind of good too. And so does Strange, Brigade, and Riverbond, and Shift. So those games are the ones that I picked out of there that I actually enjoyed in that little random quick game reel that they showed. Okay, Ashen, Stuart Ashen? Ashen, another exclusive. Gorgeous design. Love the blocky cartoon style again. That's kind of a theme with me. I just like blocky cartoon style. I like cartoon styles, honestly, in games. I think they're a little more fun. Not a huge fan of realistic looking games, honestly, but, Anyway, no problem with them. I mean, I like GTA, for example, and other games that I could think of, but I do like a more cartoony style for the most part. This looks cool. It's a dungeon crawler that I could get into it if that's what it is. I'm not sure if it's a dungeon crawler, but if it is, then I could get into that. So it looked pretty neat. Ashen. Looked kind of fun. Life is Strange prequel. I forget what it's called. It was called Life is Strange something. But anyway, I'm in. It looks pretty neat. I didn't play the first Life is Strange game, but now I want to. From what I understand, it's totally all about story, which is cool. I don't always like that, but it does look good in this case. I like how it's a simple story. It's not like the Walking Dead story, which, I mean, they're fine games, but they just do not interest me. I don't really think they're video games. So, whatever, that's an opinion, but who cares? Shadow of War. That's a whole, the like Shadow of Mordor, sequel to that. So, Shadow of War, awesome abilities. I played a little bit of the first one. Wasn't amazed by it, but it was fun. This definitely looks better in every way, for sure. Neat combat, although a tad samey. I like that you befriend orcs, and the voice acting isn't too bad at all. They said it as a living, breathing world, as everyone likes to say. It's a living, breathing world. We'll see about that, buddy, but sure. Living, breathing world. Anyway, moving on. Another exclusive, Ori and the Will of the Wisps. Did not play the first Ori, but this looks very cool and fantastical and sad. So, very pretty game, and I might check it out, but yeah, again, never played the first one, so maybe I'll play the first one first. Anyway, after that, a lot of games. Like I was telling you, they talked about a lot of exclusive games. Xbox backwards compatibility. Had a little bit of news about that. There are now 385 Xbox 360 games, and they're adding in original Xbox games, which is crazy. I mean, not many people are going to care about that, but for those who do, like me, for example, I have original Xbox games sitting over there that I can play on my Xbox, which is fine. I have an original Xbox as well. But recording them and stuff like that is a lot more difficult, a lot more annoying on the original Xbox. Xbox One, plug in my Elgato, I'm done. So that's pretty cool for me, honestly. But yeah, so lots of titles will be coming out, and I'll be able to play them now. And especially if they have an online store for original Xbox games, that'll be amazing. That'll be some great games you can come back to. And maybe they'll open up those servers of the original Halo 2 again. We'll see. Xbox One X Enhanced. This is a bunch of titles getting 4K updates. So they talked about, there was like Gears of War 4, Halo Wars 2, and then like 30 more games coming out. But anyway, so in closing, Xbox One X, 42 games, 20 exclusives. Phil Spencer is awesome. I love how there were a few sequels. There were not very many sequels at all. And yeah, I would have liked to see any news about Halo. I don't know where the Halo news was, but whatever. So after they said that they were done, they weren't done, of course. So they talked about one more game, and that game was called Anthem. And holy shit, the visuals are amazing for this game. They look super real. Again, I'm not a huge graphics person, but if you are, this would be a game to look at because it looks amazing. Just incredible. But anyway, especially for a console. That's crazy. Especially the faces as well. The faces look amazing. Not bad acting at all. The acting was actually pretty good. Pretty solid, great looking world. Hopefully it's not all impressive graphics and it's actually fun, obviously. If it's just impressive graphics, then who cares? We've seen that before. Rise. Exosuits. Hell yeah. Love exosuits. The free falling and gliding looked awesome. Someone like just jumped off a building and was like free falling down and kind of gliding away. And it looked really, really good. Looked really, really fun. Just looked fun to play. It's like on Destiny when you jump on your bike and just shoot off. It's just, it's that feeling of like, oh, that's just cool to see and cool to do. So it looks like what Destiny should have been, honestly, in a weird way. It looks like a Destiny sort of world, but with a little bit more fun thrown in, a little bit more exciting things. So, but we'll see. I mean, who knows? It might be terrible garbage. I'm excited to explore the world. It is EA, so that might be bad. But is EA not bad anymore? I don't know. I got stuff to talk about with their press conference. I don't know if they're terrible anymore. They might actually be making something good, which would be a very big shock, because EA, you are, in my eyes, pretty much garbage. Anyway, but it literally looked all as good as a cutscene. It's kind of crazy. So I'm excited for that. Then I wrote the end. It's 6:29 in the morning. Fuck me, I'm going to sleep. Good night. Where was Halo? Halo Wars 2 4K update doesn't count. I hate you all. That's what I wrote on here. So anyway, I didn't write the I hate you all part, but anyway, so that's what I wrote on there. So let's talk about everything. All the games look cool. I kind of spoke my piece about all of them. I don't really want to get into that. What I do want to get into is about the Xbox One X. Like I said, I'm not going to be buying one, but here's my weird issue with it. It is launching at $499. The PS4 Pro, which is their upgraded version of PS4, is at $399. So we're at the exact same situation when they launched. PS4 was $399. Xbox One was $499. They were $100 different. And a lot of reason why people got a PS4 is because of that $100 difference. Now, I know they say, we're not going to make exclusives for PS4 Pro, and we're not going to make exclusives for Xbox One X. We'll see about that. I don't know. I don't know if that's necessarily the case, because if there's going to be a developer that says, hey, we need the actual power of these two more powerful systems for this game to even work on your system, or else we're just going PC, then they'll probably let them make them exclusives. So, I don't know. It seems kind of weird. Again, I'm probably not going to be buying an Xbox One X on launch. Just not really that interested in it. My Xbox One works fine. Everything seems to be running fine. I don't really care about the graphical update, so I'm more interested in playing the new games than I am in buying the new system. Although it is cool, it is neat. If they don't want to do new systems anymore and they just want to keep having refreshes and then have systems work their way backwards and just work with everything, that'd be awesome. If we really had an Xbox that played every Xbox game, every Xbox 360 game, every Xbox One game, every Xbox One X game, if those will exist, and everything moving forward, you just get new systems and they all work backwards, but also work with the current things, then that's it's cool. I mean, if you just kind of want to make it an Xbox One, and that was the whole thing from the beginning, one device to rule them all or whatever. If you're just making an Xbox One, and you're gonna make it X2 and X3 or whatever you want to call it, then that's fine, I guess. I don't want them to come out like every year, like phones, which kind of seems like how they're going. But every 4 years, every 3 to 5 years, I guess would be okay if it's just a graphical improvement and not necessarily a necessary upgrade or a new platform. Might be good for developers. I'm not sure if it would be. And it might be okay for consumers. Maybe not great, but little updates here and there. You don't have to buy them. You can if you want. There's upgrades. Most people have mobile phones. Either have their phone for 2 to 3 years and then get a new one. So it might be the same thing with consoles. You just wait 2 or 3 years and then get a new one. Although the benefit of having a phone is that they have the leasing programs where you just pay monthly. And I don't think people want to pay monthly for a console. So we'll see. $499 seems a little steep, but it's a way better price point than a lot of people thought, especially me. I actually thought it was going to be $550 or more at least. So $499 is not a bad price point in any way, especially being how much more powerful it is than the PS4 Pro. $100 is pretty worth it. They did not talk about the storage size. I don't think they did. They didn't talk about what the storage size is when it launches. You'd hope at least a terabyte, but I think that 2 terabytes would be kind of mandatory, unless they did like a 512 gigabyte of SSD would be crazy. But anyway, so that's really cool. Very excited to see the system come out. I'm not going to get one, like I said, at least on launch, but I would like to look at it. So neat. That was Xbox's conference. I thought it was pretty good. I thought they kind of knocked it out of the park with exclusives, especially having that many of them. Some good, some didn't look as good. But still, having that many exclusives, having over 20 exclusives just right there on the floor, very cool. So, good for them. More E3 stuff coming at you soon on Muso Games. It's not like I'm an official channel. I'm not. I'm just a guy. So, anyway, I'll be posting more. I have notes written down about the Bethesda conference, EA, and the Ubisoft conference. So, I'm going to do a video on those. I'm very excited for the Nintendo conference, going for that, and excited for the Sony one as well, although I feel like Sony's going to have the least to really talk about this year. But who knows? They could surprise us. So, alright. See you guys next time.